So what do you think there, Beatty?
I liked it. I
Yeah.
liked it. We kind of. It seems like we're getting a lot of finales where there's not some big action set pieces,
Nah.
but there's a lot of truths that's kind of happening.
Yeah. A lot of reveals.
Yeah.
Mm.
Um. So in this we got two big reveals.
Mm. Like
So
from
from
the
this,
jump. From
yeah,
the jump, we got two big reveals.
the pre-credits was intense.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
got the ascetic. That's what it said in the subtitles. The
Mm.
ascetic. Um, they corner the stranger.
Yeah.
The stranger kind of says, um, like I don't know you, scared and whatnot, because
Mm.
they're posed as Nori, but then
Yeah.
you kind of see that head ascetic that looks like Eminem
Yeah.
kind of come out. And she basically says, "We're here to serve you, Lord Sauron." Dun,
Mm.
dun, dun. Um, which like makes the stranger Sauron. At that point, we're like, "What the fuck? This is wild
Mm.
shit."
Mm.
Um, kind of goes into the episode, and we get kind of embroiled in Galadriel and Elrond and Celebrimbor's and Hellbrand's little quest to create
To
this
use the little mithril that they have to create and different alloys to pump up the what's his face,
the volume.
the volume. Yeah.
Like Christian Slater, baby.
Yes.
Yeah, so they want to blend the alloys and whatnot to kind of to save basically that tree so that the elves don't have to leave Middle Earth. They
Hmm.
don't have to go back to Valinor
That's right.
because they need that tree to live.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, through that we kind of we get Galadriel, who gets a scroll delivered to her.
Yes. So she starts investigating. What's his name? The king of the Southlands,
Hellbrand.
Hellbrand. Yeah. And she's doing it on the sly, and she's keeping secrets and whatnot. And towards the end, you see her get a scroll from one of the elves who had to look deep in the somewhere. They said, yeah, and basically it shows that the line of kings for the Southland ended thousands of years ago. There's
Mm,
never ever been another king there.
yeah.
So she comes to the conclusion that it's not she's not working for the right man. She's actually working for the person that she hates, which
Mm,
is Sauron.
yeah.
So that man becomes Sauron
Yeah.
eventually, just not yet.
Yeah. So there were big rumors that he was going to be Sauron. I just
Mm.
never seen it linking and playing out and whatnot.
No, no, not at all.
Um, but yeah, once they kind of said the line of kings was broken, and I was like, ah, fuck, this I was on it.
Yeah.
Um, so then prompts the little return to the stranger who we thought was Sauron,
Mm.
right? And Nori, Sadak, and is it Pepper or Pippi?
Yeah. Pippi.
And also Nori's mother um, find the stranger, and they approach the stranger and whatnot, and then it ends up being the ascetic
Mm-hmm.
in stranger's clothes and whatnot. Um, the stranger, Nori's mother, finds him kind of knocked out on the side there, and then as the ascetic is about to kill Nori and Sadak, stranger comes in, brings all the power with him, shaking the
Mm.
leaves in the room. And yeah, basically, like,
Touches his staff. Pause.
yeah. And then Sadak gets it in the chest,
Mm-hmm.
trying to save them.
Yep.
Gets a little knife in the chest there.
Mm.
It was sad. I like Lenny Henry.
Same. It was good.
Hmm.
Uh, yeah. And they basically get dealt with, those ascetic.
Yeah. So we find out that the stranger has to go on another big adventure.
Yeah.
It's
To,
not a it's not a journey. It's an actual adventure. He's saying,
hmm,
um, and he wants to take Nori with him
hmm.
on this adventure. We also find out that they call the, those people his people wizards. So this wizard is either Gandalf or one of the other four, so Saruman or Radagast or one of the other two that's left, right?
Yeah.
Wizards that were part of them. Yeah, those wizards were also given rings, though.
Were they?
Yeah, 5 rings of power to the wizards as well.
You know those wizards were sent from Valinor? Like the elves sent them.
Wow.
Apparently they're the Istar, which
Hmm.
is what they like the moths call him, those
Hmm.
ascetic, when they like Gandalf or whoever
Yeah.
um, transforms them. Those Istar are embodiments that are trapped in old men.
Hmm.
So they're protectors of Middle Earth against Sauron. So
Hmm.
they're always against Sauron. So I don't know what the fuck happened with Saruman.
Saruman just got bought.
Yeah, corrupted
Really?
by the Palantir.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's lots of questions still at the end of the episode. Like, why the fuck was Halbrand on the sea in the first place?
I think
Was
he
he
placed
there for
himself there.
Galadriel?
Yeah, he placed himself there for Galadriel.
Yeah. So they were Galadriel, Celebrimbor, and Elrond were going to make a crown for the High King, but
Yeah,
instead now they're making rings,
that's right.
which kind of like immediately means that like they're under control. Like Hellbrand could have put shit in the alloys. He could have done a whole bunch of like magical shit.
That's right.
Um, because they need those rings to save themselves in Middle Earth.
Mm-hmm.
Like they need them, so it's essential. They can't back out of that shit. But with that, they're going to be under the control of the Dark Lord himself.
Once he actually forges his ring
Yeah,
in Mount Doom,
that's going
which
to be a
is he's
wild
on the
season.
way to do. Yeah,
That's going to be a wild season. I don't know if that's like season 2, season 3, or the last season, but him asserting that control is going to be wild.
yeah. Because what's he
Like,
gonna? I mean, he'd have control of the wizards, the men, the elves,
mm, dwarves,
the dwarves. Like,
basically Middle Earth,
yeah,
but the free men will rise. So I don't know
mm,
if that's when Numenor kind of comes in.
yeah,
Is
it's
that
true.
like all these guys is back in Numenor? You know what I mean?
Mm,
And then they have to then work with the elves because King Muriel's father also died,
yeah,
and
I,
with him, that last little like you need to look back and you need to honor our old ways
yeah.
if we're gonna survive.
I think there's going to be a civil war there, though. With the returning soldiers are going to have to fight whoever's left in Numenor.
Yeah,
Yeah, because you could already see that dude playing the game, and
yeah, that
you know he
Pharazôn motherfucker.
yeah he wants to take over and all that sort of stuff.
Hate that. Oh,
Same, but
too
yeah.
duplicitous.
Mm. Overall, it was a really good season. I expected to hate this show.
Same.
Yeah, but
They
I was,
delivered.
huh?
They delivered.
They delivered. Yeah, it's not 500 million or a billion, but they delivered.
It's 200 million. Five. It's a billion for 5 seasons,
It
which
was a
is
billion, damn near for the rights. What are we talking about?
but like a billion production budget.
Yeah,
Like 200 million a season for 8 episodes. It's 22 million an episode. Game of Thrones only runs about 11. Like you could show this shit on the big screen.
which they did.
Yes.